remember a while back when we took a look at The Drowned Earth, a game by Olmec Games that I tried to sum up succinctly by loosely referring to as Infinity with dinosaurs, but a bit weird. And with those dinosaurs, reaction mechanics, quirky art style and dynamic parkour-based movement system, The Drowned Earth really struck a chord with me as a game that I suspected I was going to get deeply into. And whilst time has stymied those efforts a little bit, to this day it remains a game that's really still under my skin. And therein kinda lies the issue. If, like me, you're a miniature wargamer who's pushing 40, has a full-time job and lots of other responsibilities outside of work, finding time to paint up miniatures and spend learning a new system can be really daunting. But I think Olmec might have just solved all my problems in one release. Meet the Ulaya Chronicles Raptorclaw Island, a recent release from the makers of The Drowned Earth. In this dungeon crawler style game, aptly remonikered a jungle crawler, you'll take on the role of 4 heroes. In a cooperative experience, you'll be exploring Raptorclaw Island, you'll be levelling up, you'll be gathering new gear, and all the while defending yourself against not only the dastardly AI-controlled pirates, but also the environment itself as the jungle is teeming with dinosaurs. The game uses card decks to control story progression, random events, and the AIs of your opponents, as you seek glory and technological treasures. But a gripping premise does not a banger make, and what makes Ulaya Chronicles really special is actually quite a surprise. You see, the box itself is chock full of everything that you need indeed to play a game of Ulaya Chronicles. You'll get the jungle map, the dice, the counters, the tokens, the cards. It's a weighty box with a lot of good stuff in it. But what makes it so special, and in my opinion, one of the most perfect miniature games I've ever encountered, is not what's there and what's obvious, but what's omitted and what's implied. Because you see, inside your Ulaya Chronicles box, you will find 0 miniatures. Not one, none. And not only does that keep the price attractive at just under £56, but it also makes your stress levels and your pace of investment much more manageable when every miniature in the box is instead replaced by a cardboard standee. Excellent quality cardboard standees at that. You'll have no cleaning, no building, and no painting to do, unless you want to, and if you do, it'll be at a pace that you're happy with. Because I wasn't lying when I said that this is a miniatures game, they just structure it in a way that lets you engage on your own terms. Because you see, every single standee in the box is also available as a beautiful metal miniature. Those miniatures will be forming the release schedule for Olmec over the course of this year, and a hell of a lot of them are actually out already. I got my hands on the Ulaya Heroes box, which is the 4 heroes from the game, the protagonists if you will, and they have been some real top tier fun to get my teeth into painting them. But more importantly than that, I've not had to deal with the pressure of suddenly taking on 50 or maybe more miniatures just because I want to pick up a new game. This in and of itself is hugely attractive to me. Not only does it keep the cost down of my buy-in, which is always great, but at the same time, it allows me to control and pace how much I want to spend in both money and time as the months go by to keep building up on it. But that isn't the only thing that attracted me to Ulaya Chronicles. Because much how Code 1 is to Infinity, and we're once again comparing a Drowned Earth product to an Infinity product, Ulaya Chronicles acts as an introductory system to the Drowned Earth. In fact, Olmec have actually gone as far as to create a PDF document that you can download, which will show you how to play actual games of the Drowned Earth just using the contents of your Ulaya Chronicles box. These kind of jumping off points that teach people how to play games are so functionally important, because they give a clear signpost of where to go and how to develop if you enjoy those games and you want to stick with them. So with Ulaya Chronicles giving you both a self-contained game and a version of the Drowned Earth with the means to play it all in one box, it's a pretty great pickup even when you're thinking about long term. And with all of that said, I could see how you might maybe think, well, the inclusion of the Drowned Earth in this board game is perhaps just an attempt to keep it relevant long term. However, this brings me on to the next really cool thing, because Olmec are planning to support Ulaya Chronicles with a series of Kickstarter campaigns with mission packs. And that means that if your interest is purely in the board game, then you get to look forward to continued ongoing support. What's more, at the time that I'm recording this video, there happens to be a Kickstarter just about to go live for one such of these mission packs, and I do believe it's the first one of them. From Thursday the 29th of September through to Thursday the 6th of October 2022, that's this year, Olmec will be running their Kickstarter campaign for Ancient Waygate. Not only does this add-on mission bring a bunch of longevity to the existing Ulaya Chronicles game, but in a really neat twist, you'll forego playing as the Ulaya Heroes and this time take on the role of the antagonists from the base game, the Pirates. And speaking of those pirates, Olmec have also released metal miniatures for those too, which are coming out in just a few days' time at the time of recording this video. So if you do have the headspace to take on 5 miniatures worth of painting, then you can also grab those and enjoy beautiful 3D miniatures for them. Now I understand that this video has up until this point just kind of been all good news, and it's usually at that point in a video where I then try to balance that with some of the potential cons maybe. The problem is, with Ulaya Chronicles, the hits just keep coming, because during the Kickstarter period, not only is there going to be access to that new mission pack for Ulaya Chronicles, but every single product on the Olmec store that relates to Ulaya Chronicles is also going to have a 20% off sale price on it. Which means if you want to buy into the base game during that time to justify getting that Kickstarter, you're actually going to save a whole bunch of money there too. On top of that, there's even plans for an exclusive bundle to go up during the period of that Kickstarter campaign. So it's a really exciting time to be a fan of these games and this ecosystem in general. Now, if you're a fan of the channel, you'll know I'm not really the kind of person who would ever want to just straight up advertise a product, because I genuinely believe that most products come with pros and cons, and even products that I love, such as Infinity the game, I will often offer criticism towards them too, to try and level the praise. Unfortunately, that format just doesn't really work today, because I have no negatives about this product. Ulaya Chronicles is great, it's perfect, it's exactly what I'm looking for in a board game. It's exactly what I'm looking for in a miniatures game. And they do things the way I like to see them done. I have a genuine belief not only in the product but in the company that makes them. So if you'll indulge me for once, I am just going to tell you that this is great and you should really buy it. The truth is, if like me, you're a time-starved, pushing 40, stressed out wargamer, if you like dinosaurs, pirates, post-apocalyptica, and don't mind metal miniatures, there's a very real chance that this game, Ulaya Chronicles, is, much like it is for me, about to be your perfect game. So I will link everything that we've spoken about today below in the description. I will link the Kickstarter for the Ancient Waygate. I will link the store page for the Ulaya Chronicles itself so that you can grab some of those discounts. And I really hope that you enjoyed this review, look at, and me just gushing about something that I'm really into, and I hope that you'll be into too. Until the next one, folks, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye for now.